Hello everyone, my name is Ms. Disha Udani and let's continue with our subject business management. So today's lecture will study what is management as an art, as an science and as a profession. Okay. So let's first study what is difference between art and science. Okay, science is a body of knowledge. This the science develops by the knowledge acquired through observation and experiment. It explains the cause and effect relationship between variables. Principles are applicable universally. Predictions are made on the basis of knowledge and cause effect relationship. Science is a definitive. Okay. So science means what? It is a body of knowledge. You have observed something and you have removed the conclusion. You make principles out of it. Okay, like the law of Newton's three laws. Okay, when you say Newton's three laws, every action has equal and opposite reaction. It is definitive. Okay, you know whenever you do an action, you will have a reaction to it. It is definitive. Okay, another, it shows a reaction action. Okay, it shows the relationship between variables, cause and effect relationship between variables. If you put a gas on if you put water on a burner, it is going to be boiled. Okay, so what is the cause? You put the water on a burner, and what is the effect? That water gets hot. Okay, so science explains the reason behind the cause and effect. Science is definitive. Science has means you can say action. What action you're going to take, what reaction you're going to get. It is definitely telling you, it is telling you a strong conclusion over every action that you do. Next, it is universally applicable. Universally applicable means what? Everywhere you can use that law. Okay. Next, predictions are made on the basis of knowledge and cause and effect relationship. So predictions are made on the basis of observations that you have already done, on the knowledge that you already have, and on the knowledge of cause and effect. You can make predictions like what is going to happen if you do particular thing. Okay, if you put a water on the boiler, or if you put the water on the burner, it is going to get hot. You have that knowledge, you know the cause and effect relationship, and then you can conclude that water is going to get hot. Okay, so this is science. What is art? Art develops through practice. Cause and effect relations cannot be seen invariably. Personal views of a manager are important. Principles are not universal. They change from person to person, place to place, and time to time. Predictions are a guesswork and are subjective, having no scientific base. Art is descriptive. Okay. So what is art? Art is a relationship that you cannot see. Cause and effect relation you cannot really see, but it differs from person to person. A person's drawing is going to be different from B person's drawing. B person's drawing is going to be different from C person's drawing. Okay, it differs from person to person, time to time, situation to situation. Okay, next, art is developed through practice. The more you practice, the better you'll get in that art. Okay, let's take example of drawing. The more you draw, the more good finishing you will get. The more artistic you will get, the more ideas to draw you will get. Okay, principles here are not universal. Some people like to use pen, some people like to use pencils, some people like to use watercolors. Okay, it depends from person to person. There is nothing fixed in art, and art is descriptive. It is not definitive, it is descriptive. Means whenever you see some kind of art, it is telling you something, and that changes from person to person. Let's take an example. Let's take an example of a poetry. Okay, so poetry is an art. Okay, whenever you read some kind of poetry, your meaning of that poetry is going to be different from somebody else, and that poetry is describing, it is not definitive. Whenever you read a poetry, you feel the things rather than you define the things. Okay, you feel how the thought, you understand the thoughts, you feel the emotions of the words, you see, you imagine the situation that is written in the poem or in the story. Okay, it is descriptive. Everyone has a different angle to view that thing. Okay, but science is definitive. If you boil the water, it is going to be hot. Okay, here it is descriptive. It is boiling water. When a water is boiling, everyone is going to feel that hot. Okay, so science is descriptive, science is definitive, while art is descriptive. So let's take one common example for both, and I'll explain you what is science and what is art. Okay, let's take an example of boiling water. Okay, boiling water, what is science in that? The water is hot. It is definitive. Science is what? You kept it on a burner, and the reaction of the heat was that water has started boiling. Okay, that is science. But what is art over here? When you see a boiling water, what is art? You see how the bubbles are going up, how the water is going in circles, and you feel the heat, boiling water. Okay, you see, and you have some kind of feelings towards that kind of that boiling water. Okay, that is so this is difference between science and art. Okay, so now we'll understand why management is called science or why management is called art. So we know science means what is it is definitive. It has principles that are universally acceptable. It is definitive. Okay, science may be defined as representing knowledge gathered by observation and experiment, critically tested, systemized, and brought under general principles. Okay, science is what? It is a knowledge gathered through different experiments. Okay, and this knowledge is brought under general principles. Science is a systematic body in the sense that it establishes cause and effect relationship between different variables. Such systematic body of knowledge contains concepts, principles, theories, and laws which help to explain events and predict the outcome of specific actions. Okay, so in science you have different laws, you have different kind of concepts, you have different principles. Okay, so science is what? It is definitive. It is you can say definitive. It is you can say it is point to point. It is not descriptive, it is definitive. It is collected through lot of experiment, it is collected through lot of knowledge. Okay, so management is called a science because in management, whenever you are going to study principles, when you are going to study some laws in management, those are also definitive. These are also collected through lot of research, through lot of experimentation. Let's take an example of in management, how management becomes a science. Okay, management is a science because you know science, you take a particular action, you will get a particular reaction. Okay, so in management, you increase the salary of an employee. What is going to be the reaction to that? The employee may work better. Okay, the employee is going to work better. So this is cause and effect relationship you are seeing over here. And science is what? It is a cause and effective relationship. So that is why management is also called as science, or management is also a science because it can tell you the cause and effect relationship. The principles are collected through lot of experiment and lot of observations, and these principles are critically tested, systematically brought under general. Okay, general observations are taken, and then the complete study is done over there, and you can say management is this thing. Okay, so management becomes science because it establishes the cause and effect relationship between variables. It is a systematic body of knowledge which contains concept, principles, and theories which help to explain events and predict the outcome. Okay, so management helps you predict the outcome. When you do management, you can predict the outcomes. Like you have 10 employees under your hand, you give every employee a one project to do, so you know the result is going to be 10 completed projects. Okay, so that is why management is called as science. Okay, now let's see management as art. Why is management also called an art? An art involves the practical application of theoretical knowledge skills to achieve desired results. Art is creative as it creates some objective or events. The function of art is to accomplish concrete ends, effect results, produce situations that would not come about without the deliberate efforts to secure them. The essential feature of art are personal skills, practical knowledge, result-oriented approach, regular practice, creativity, etc. Okay. So art is what? Art is a practical application of theoretical knowledge. Art is what? You are actually using that knowledge. Okay. You are putting the knowledge that you have in your skillful way. Okay. Art is creative as it creates some object or event. Art is creative. When you know something, you have a knowledge, and you put that into application, means what? You are creating something. Okay. You have pen, pencil, eraser, sharpener, scale, all these stationary things. You have the knowledge of how to draw, then you use the stationery to actually draw. So you are creating a drawing, you are creating a masterpiece over here. So art is what? Creating. Art is using the knowledge and creating a desired objective or event. You have here a predetermined goal that you want to complete. Okay, you have one is like you want to draw a picture of Mona Lisa. Okay, you have already decided what your end result is going to be, and you're using your knowledge and putting that into a cause. You're putting that in so that you can achieve some kind of object. Okay, you're creating a drawing, okay, over here. Okay, so that is art. So management is also called as art because in management you have predefined goals, like you want to complete the work of the organization, you want to achieve profit for the organization. Okay, so this is predetermined goals. And what are you doing? You are using your skills, you are using your knowledge, you are using your techniques to implement that. Okay, so you are using your skillful ways, you are using knowledge to hire the best human resource, you are using your skills, you are using your knowledge to make sure that the work you have given to your employees, that is done. You make sure that they have the resources that they need for completion of that work. So management becomes art because you have predetermined output that you need, or you have an objective that you want to complete, and you have knowledge to complete that, and you create something using both of them. Okay, the essential feature of art are personal skill, practical knowledge, result oriented approach, regular practice, creativity, etc. Same as art, management is also personal skill. Okay, not everyone can be a manager. There are personal skills that are required for being a better manager. Okay, every manager is different from another manager, every person is different from another person, because they have different kind of personalities, they are different from each other, the skill sets they have are different. So what personal skills are affects the management. Okay, practical knowledge, what kind of all knowledge you have, what, not just theoretical knowledge, practical knowledge also matters. Like if you are going to tell your employee how to do the work, you should actually know how to do the work. Okay, if you're going to guide someone to do the work, you should know how to do the work, so you can help that person when that person is in trouble or when that person needs some guidance. Okay, next is result oriented approach. You know that what result you want, and that is why you're commanding people to do the work. Okay, regular practice, it shouldn't be like one time thing. Okay, management should not be one time thing, it is a regular practice. With regular practice your management skills are going to improve. With regular practice you know how to make the work how to make the work done in minimum resources. Okay, and creativity means what techniques you use, what kind of different skills that you use to create the resulted output, the desired output. Okay, so that is why management is also called as art. Okay, now let's study management as profession. Profession is a source of livelihood based on substantial body of knowledge and its formal acquisition, and whose test of success is the services, not the profit earned thereon. Okay, profession is what? It is source of livelihood. It is based on substantial body of knowledge and its formal acquisition. Okay, profession means what? Let's take a profession. A teacher. Let's take profession as a teacher. Okay, example as a teacher. So profession is a source of livelihood. A teacher earns the teaching skills for living. It earns the skills so that he or she can earn and live its livelihood. Okay, next, based on substantial body of knowledge, he or she has substantial body of knowledge. Okay, he or she knows how to teach, he or she has studied what student psychology is, what kind of subject that they are going to teach. Okay, they are going to teach geometry, so they know the basis of geometry, they know the basis of maths, they know what geometry is, they have done the detailed study in geometry. Okay, next, and its formal acquisition. Formal acquisition means what? You have done a proper course for that. Okay, for teacher you have completed your B.Ed, for or B.Ed, M.Ed, whatever the course it is, bachelor course or master's course for teaching, you have completed that. Okay, so it is a source of your livelihood. It is based on substantial body of knowledge and its formal acquisition, and whose test of success in the services, not the profit earned thereon. And profession is for earning income, it is not for earning profit, it has no profit, you give service and you get paid for that. There is no raw material going in that. The raw material that you're going in is services that you give. It is the labor that you give that is going to give you output. It is not the raw material, it is not the machinery, it is not the land that you are giving. Okay, profession is what? You're giving your services, you're giving your time, you're giving your effort, you're giving your skills, so that you can earn your livelihood. Okay, so characteristics of management are existence of an organized system of body of knowledge, a representative association or body of member, formal method of acquisition of knowledge, formulation of ethical codes, service motive. Okay, so here let's study the each and everything in detail. So let's study the characteristics of profession. Okay, existence of organization and systematic body of knowledge. For profession, there is existence of organized and systematic body of knowledge. Like we are studying as a teacher example. Okay, teacher has a systematic and organized body of knowledge. Teacher knows what is the complete subject, what is a complete body of geometry, what are different types in what are different topics inside the geometry, how the particular thing works, why the particular things work, the basic principles, the basic laws, the basic rules. The teacher knows everything. So there is existence of organized and systematic body of knowledge. Next, a representative association or body of members. Okay, it is an association. Like there is a group of teachers, there is a group of different CA, there is a group of different, you can say, lawyers. Okay, so they have a complete body of members. There is a representative body of members over there. Like ICAI. What is that ICAI? It is a body of members. It has complete knowledge of all the people that are working as CA. So every place as profession has a complete body of members. It has a representative association. Okay, next, formal method of acquisition of knowledge. You have to study the subject if you want to become a profession in that, or if you want a profession you have to study formally. Okay, like CA, you give your 3 steps in CA: intermediate, middle and final, and then you become a CA. You take a formal course, you take a formal study, you formally study that complete profession, and then you can call yourself as a CA. Okay, it is formal acquisition of knowledge. It is not informal. You cannot just learn from your dad or your mom who is a CA and call yourself a CA. No, you have to go through that exams. You have to go through that complete procedure, 5-year procedure to become a CA. Okay, next, formulation of ethical codes. There are always ethical codes in the profession. Okay, for teacher, let's talk for teacher. He or she shouldn't be very harsh on students. He or she should have sensitivity towards students. He or she should know student psychology. Okay, so there are ethical codes that cannot be overruled, or that cannot be not followed by the particular profession. Next is service motive. Service motive means what? You're trying to give service to the market, or to the world, or to the society. Okay, here service motive means what? You're providing your services, you're giving your effort, you're giving your time and efforts and your knowledge, so that you can create a good environment, you can create a good society ahead. Okay, so these all are characteristics of profession. Okay, so management is also a profession, because management also contains all these characteristics. Management also has the existence of organized systematic of body of knowledge. Means you are studying this topic, you are studying principles of business management. Means what? You are actually there is actual body of knowledge. There are many different principles, there are many different laws of management that you are studying, and you are gaining that knowledge. It is a representative association or body of members. Management also is a body of members. Like you have a group of CEOs, you have a group of managers. Okay, next is formal method of acquisition of knowledge. You are studying your graduation. Why? To become a manager. You are doing MBA to, so that you can be a proper manager. Okay, next, formulation of ethical codes. In management there are also ethical codes that need to be followed, like paying your employees on time, making sure your employees are safe and secured, making sure the environment that they work in, or the work environment that it is safe and healthy. Okay, these ethical rules you have. Okay, and service motive, you're trying to give service to the organization so that it can earn profit. Okay, the profit motive is of organization. Your motive is to serve, and your motive is of livelihood. Okay, you do not get a profit. Okay, you get paid for your services you do, rather than a profit earned by the organization. Okay, so management is also as profession. Okay, this was it for today's lecture. In next lecture, we'll start with another topic. Okay, thank you.